Doing today? Welcome back to the Seattle Seahawks Realistic Connected Franchise Mode as we kick off the preseason of year 2. If you guys happen to see any cutscenes in this, I'm not doing any shenanigans. I'm not preventing you guys from seeing any plays. I'm just subbing in some extra reserves so we can try to get everyone on the field today. Speaking of fields, we'll be playing on our home turf, the land of the 12th man, as we face the New England Patriots. We're going to get a look at the New England Patriots without Tom Brady, who retired last season. They drafted a new rookie quarterback out of Alabama who was the second quarterback taken in the draft class, and he looks pretty good, but we'll see how he does in the litmus test against the Seattle Seahawks. As you see the guys on the sideline, Rashad Penny getting hyped over there. And here's a little look at the ratings of Rashad Penny. He has come a long way, a Pro Bowl returner. Wants to be a Pro Bowl running back someday. That's his next goal when it comes to personal achievements. As you see Shelby Harris getting his new young quarterback hyped. Shelby Harris, of course, came over via free agency to the New England Patriots. So we're going to see some new faces as well. But we're going to start things off with an old face. Sebastian Janikowski kicking it away to the New England Patriots, and back to receive it as Braxton Berrios. And he gets absolutely cracked on the play. I couldn't really tell who it was, but man, oh man. Here's a look at the rookie quarterback, Tucker Trateau from Alabama. He is a beast, a very good college player, and here he is as the second quarterback drafted. He's looking to make his mark early in the preseason. We'll have to see how he does against the Seattle Seahawks defense. Two tight ends set, and it looks like a handoff to James White, and Wagner is there to clean it up in a hurry. Bobby Wagner, of course. What can we not say about him? He's just great at everything he does. It's pretty safe to say he is entering a contract year, I'm pretty sure. And we got some new faces. Cravon LeBlanc is in there now as the nickel corner. Trateau is now going to be in shotgun, and he's going to hand it off to James White, and he is met by a brick wall of Frank Clark and Barkevious Mingo. You saw on that play, Frank Clark was actually a defensive tackle. That's because we're moving our defensive linemen around. But here's a look at the offensive line for the Patriots. Shaq Mason leading the crew, and Rob Gronkowski, still the big man on campus. But like we were saying, I've been experimenting with moving defensive linemen around. Frank Clark has some size, so in these smaller formations, he could play some defensive tackle. As Trateau looking to pass, he checks it down to James White. Tom Brady would be impressed. And a 25-yard gain. It looks like they were trying to blitz. They decided to send the pressure, and James White got himself free. A smart play by a very smart football player, James White. Coverage just broke down towards the end right there. It's bound to happen sometimes. But Trateau throws his first pass to James White, a check down underneath. Here he goes again, and an incomplete pass. It looked like he was looking for Gronk, and he just underthrew it. Well, we're going to take a look right here at the Seahawks defense, and Frank Clark on a new contract is back, and Ephraim Ellis, the rookie, getting the start. Marquise Flowers, a former Patriot, going to try to show out for his new team. And Tony Lippett, the former wide receiver turned corner in the NFL. I'm excited to see what he brings to this team. Randy Gregory does rotate in and out with Ellis, by the way. They're just very similar players. They both rotate in and out, so don't be frightened. Trateau going to hand it off to James White. It breaks down, and Shaquille Griffin makes the tackle. Good block by James Devlin. It looked like Marquise Flowers almost had him. Third and 3, and you see the personnel that's coming out here. It's their smaller set with Frank Clark, but Wagner's able to clean it up, and Earl Thomas was on the way, but Sony Michel only gets about 1.5 yards. Ryan Allen, the punter for the Patriots, sends it back, and Tyler Lockett, no chance to return it. And here comes Russell Wilson, former Super Bowl champion Russell Wilson, and he's out here, and he's going to get a chance to at least get a couple of throws in, and then we'll see what the other quarterbacks can do. But you know, Russell Wilson last year, not the greatest of seasons statistically, but you know what? He's back, and he's hoping to improve from last year. No Brandon Marshall, it's Jerron Brown in the slot, and it's a play action to J.D. McKissic. Russell Wilson throws it to Jerron Brown. It took a second to get him open, but he got open. 37 yards. Russell Wilson throws it to Jerron Brown. And this is what Jerron Brown needed. If he's going to be the wide receiver 3 on the team, he's going to have to create a little bit of separation and try to get himself open. And another thing you're going to see is Mercedes Lewis, our new blocking tight end. He's technically tight end number 2, but you'll see him line up sometimes as the number 1. And Rashad Penny, wishing he could have had another blocker as he only got back to the line of scrimmage. Well, they're going to give him 1 yard. Here's a look at that Seahawks offensive lineman. You see that rookie Hendricks in the middle. And then right here, you got Doug Baldwin, who is back with the team. It's not like he went anywhere, but it's good to see that he's still sticking around. Of course, rumors about him retiring because of all the nagging injuries. He decides to stick around, and Penny gonna get to the outside, tries to make a man miss, but he gets a few extra yards as he picks up about 6. And here we go. Dixon is the tight end for this formation. So we've already seen 3 new tight ends, and there's Baldwin underneath working against Gilmore. And DJ Fluker is now hurt for the Seattle Seahawks, and that's one of the things you hate, are injuries. So Russell Wilson so far dicing up the defense. And now J.D. McKissic is going to take a direct handoff, and he is going to be brought down by Kyle Van Noy, the former Detroit Lion. A gain of 4 from McKissic, and now let's take a look at the Patriot defense. So we see Shelby Harris and Trey Flowers are the new duo in the inside. You see Dante Hightower still holding it down for the New England Patriots. And then in the secondary, Stephon Gilmore. And a shoulder tear for Fluker, that's going to end his day. You hate to see that early. Fluker's day has effectively come to an end as Rashad Penny gets absolutely annihilated by Dante Hightower, only picks up 2. And now it's 3rd and 4. You got to come up with something to do here. And here we go. And an interception by Russell Wilson. Looking for his running back, and McCourty jumped the route. Wow, Wilson off to a bad start already. We've seen that a little bit too much last year, and we're already off to a bad start. And here comes the rookie, Tretau. He's going to look to pass it this time, and he throws the intermediate route to Hogan, and Griffin's going to bring him down. It's not going to be an easy going, is it? Just can't have it easy. And Tretau, he's back there again, takes the drag route to Gronk. Marquise Flowers misses the tackle, and Earl Thomas has to finish. It's 2nd and 6 now for the New England Patriots. Malcolm Mitchell is the slot receiver. Shotgun formation for Tatal. Or Tatal, I should say. Oh, and almost picked off right there by Tedrick Thompson, but Edelman, what an adjustment to get the football right there. It's crazy, man. Here we go. A handoff to James White, and Earl Thomas is going to bring him down. James White, the longtime Patriot. He's been on the team for a long time. Not necessarily a long time, but just, you know, several years now, I guess you could say. Here we go, 2nd and 7. He's going to throw the slant route to Edelman, and he's brought down by Griffin. And the Patriots are just driving so far. They're just having their way out here. Gronk lined up as a slot receiver. It looks like Marquise Flowers is going to check him. And overthrown by the quarterback, and Tedrick Thompson couldn't get there in time to make the interception. It was a similar route that Russell Wilson got picked off on as well. And here we go. James White going to be brought down by Frank Clark, and that's going to end the first quarter. We'll see some reserves start to come in now. If I have to pause, I will, but like I said, it'll be a cutscene. So let's see who's on the field. Wagner's still out there. That's because we don't have a second middle linebacker. Oh, and almost caught right there by the backup tight end Izzo as A.J. McCarron throws the incomplete pass. Here we go, 4th and 5 right here. Lining up for what looks like a 40-yard field goal, and it's up, and it's through. 3-0. As Josh Lambo, I think that is. Yeah, Josh Lambo makes the field goal. Alright, so back to return for Seattle. As Ryan Allen punts this away, or kicks it away. It's Cravon LeBlanc, the slot corner for this team. He is back to return it. Holding, probably. So it's probably going to come back with a flag on the field. And they're going to call it an illegal block in the back on Delano Hill, who is another player who's searching for playing time, trying to get some reps out there. The receivers on the field are Kadu, who we drafted in the later rounds, and then Amara Darboh. And here's J.D. McKissick, who makes a man miss, goes to the outside, and picks up about 8. And yes, they're going to mark J.D. McKissick for 8. McKissick, we almost didn't even bring back to the roster. Contract disputes, one of the reasons for it. And there's Darboh. He's going to get the first down. Makes a man miss. And he picks up 11 yards on the fake wheel route. On the fake screen route, I should say. CJ Procyse is in the game now. We've seen him a few times last regular season. And Procyse going to pick up about 7 yards. CJ Procyse continues to make the most of his playing opportunities. You gotta like that for the running back 5 of the team. That's right, you heard it right. The 5th running back on the depth chart. And Ed Dixon makes the catch as Austin Davis got drilled. About a gain of 7 right there. Deion Kane is out there, of course. He got his number changed recently. He was number 8. He was wearing a single-digit number. We make him number 17. It's the only real change that happened with him. And then Alex Carter on defense, he wears number 1. He's now wearing number 41 as McKissick tries to take this to the outside, and he is met immediately. Only 1 yard there for JD as Harmon is there to finish the play. Austin Davis now trying to throw that out route, and no good. 3 Patriots in the area, and it's 4th and 9, and it's time to punt. Here's Michael Dixon, the Aussie-born punter. Didn't get a good one off, but it's decent. 16 yards, or 16-yard line is where he will start, I should say. And now the quarterback is A.J. McCarron. You see Shaquille Griffin still out there. Bradley McDougall's out there. Mo Alexander. Oh, and a sack by Marcus Smith. Marcus Smith we brought back on a little cheap contract, and here he is making a play. Now the deep safety is going to be Delano Hill and Cravon LeBlanc. Alexander's going to play in the box. Sony Michel gets the handoff from McCarron, and he picks up a few more yards. It's going to be 3rd and 14 now. Alexander, the new deep man back there. McCarron looking to throw it, and Berrios gets open. And A.J. McCarron looks like he's hurt on the play as he's clenching at his lower back, which means Geno Smith will come in. A 3 tight end set. Bo Scarborough, the former Alabama back, going to be in the backfield. Geno Smith, oh, he fakes it. He's looking to throw, and he got Dwayne Allen open. Wagner a little too slow. And I think after this series, I'm going to try to take Wagner out. He shouldn't be out there with the 2nd unit. Delano Hill still the deep man back there at safety as Alexander plays in the box. And Michel is brought down by Alexander. We were just talking about him. Maurice Alexander, a versatile defensive back. We love to have him. 2nd and 9. You see Shaquem Griffin down there, trying to rush the passer. And Griffin and Hill make the tackle. What a play right there. Sony Michel only getting a couple of yards. And now it is 3rd and 7. Sony Michel in the backfield. Thomas Rawls, the 3rd running back, split out as a receiver. And Geno Smith throws it away, looking for Dwayne Allen. And now they have to punt. McKinley, the deep man back, I believe he was our 7th round pick at safety. And he's not going to get a chance to return it. Austin Davis is going to return to the field. Now his first series, mixed reactions, 2 of 4, so it was okay. 1st and 10. Jerron Brown underneath. He's going to get hit, but he gets a few yards. Gain of 7. They end up giving him 7 yards right there. Jerron Brown made a big catch earlier with Russell Wilson. We'll see what he does now with the 2nd unit. Oh, and Davis, a little miscommunication with CJ Procise. Just a little miscommunication. You don't like to see that with 2 players that have been on the roster for a while, so that sucks. Sucks for them anyway. 3rd and 3. J.D. McKissick's the running back in the backfield for this play. And there's Austin Davis to Mercedes Lewis, and he finds himself open. And Lewis, who's on a 1-year deal, he gets a 9-yarder. And now we are here at the 2-minute warning. This game seems to be going by fast. At least that's what it feels like as I'm playing and recording it. We now see Equanimous St. Brown on the field, the former Packer claimed off of waivers. Or the practice squad, I should say. And here goes Kadu. The throw was behind him, but he makes a good adjustment. And Kadu is able to bring it in. We're looking to see what that young man can do. Right now, he's the 4th receiver on the depth chart. But the Seahawks, I know, were pretty high on him. They were able to take a slight reach for a guy like him. And there's CJ Prosise in the flats. He can't make his man miss, but a good catch from CJ. And that's why he doesn't really play a whole lot. Even though he's reliable, you just got to be able to make that man miss. And there's Dixon. We don't know if he got the first or not. We'll see where they mark him. 2nd and inches. He did have to come back for the football. Equanimous St. Brown back in the game. Here he is on the outside. And Austin Davis hit as he throws, and he looks for Kadu, and he's able to get him. Kadu with another big catch. The rookie receiver, he needs all the reps he can get because he's competing for a starting job here with Jerron Brown, who seems to have the head start. There's Kadu on the outside. We'll see if he gets targeted. And there's Deon Cain. Gets his name called for once. Good to see. Deon Cain, formerly drafted by the Colts, was another player picked up off of the wires, the waiver wires from the practice squads. And Austin Davis, people forget he can run. He gets down at the 1-yard line. A gain of 10 for Austin Davis. People forgot the man could run. How could you? Will Dissly's on the field, and Mike Davis is back there. Not Chris Carson for this game. Very interesting. And they're going to rush everybody to the line of scrimmage. And Austin Davis, nobody was able to come up with it, and now it's 3rd and goal. Gonna have to come out there with a new formation. I don't know why Chris Carson wasn't out there. He's normally the power back, but I guess there's a reasoning behind it. And there's Kadu, but he was out of bounds. I thought he'd be able to keep his feet in. He wasn't able to. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, I'll see you guys for the second half. I'm going to make some adjustments real quick, so this part of the recording is going to end, but I'll be back soon. So we are back. There is 1 second left. I made my necessary adjustments, you know, to try to get more players onto the field to see what they can do, but we're going to kick it off, and then we're going to receive the second half kick after they kneel it. It's a 3-3 ball game, though. I just didn't want to hold you guys up with me spending like 5 to 7 minutes trying to get guys in there. So I figured I would cut the recording short for momentarily and try to get new guys in there. I figured that's what I would do as Geno Smith kneels it down to halftime. Now we're officially back as we are now going to return this kick. Ryan Allen going to boot it deep. J.D. McKissick, the man deep to receive it. He's going to bring it out. And he only gets to about the 21-yard line. J.D. McKissick right there only gets to the 21. And there's a quarterback, Quentin Flowers, former quarterback, converted to running back, now officially back as a quarterback. Deon Cain and Kadu are the receivers, Will Dissly the tight end, and Mike Davis is the new running back getting the carries. as Chris Carson will now be the new power back, and Mike Davis gets about 7. So we see Quentin Flowers is in the game. He's a lower overall player, but we'll see what he can do as the third quarterback. And there you go. He throws a completion to Will Dissly, and he's going to get about 8. Quentin Flowers also has some speed as well, so we could see some read option. You never know. Not saying it'll happen, but we could see it. Deion Kane in the slot. Dixon and Dissly are the tight ends. Oh, and an interception by Tamu. He just jumps the route as Quentin Flowers brings him down. That was a good play by him. He just jumps the route, covered up by Ed Dixon, who was the tight end. But we see some new defensive players. Mike Tyson's out there, not the boxer. Alex Carter's in the slot. Delano Hill, the deep safety. So we're seeing some new players in here, and Bradley McDougald is in the box trying to make some tackles. As Sony Michel doesn't really gain much, about 2 yards right there. On the defensive line, I think it's pretty much the same. The middle linebacker now is Joshua Perry. And in the slot, we also have Gabe Martin, who is trying to get some playing time as well. And Geno Smith forced to throw this one away. And now here we are. It's 3rd and 8. Cody Latimer and Barrios are the 2 receivers. Michelle and Muhammad are the running backs, and here's Geno Smith. He's going to throw it underneath to Muhammad, and he's brought down by Marquise Flowers, who was still out there getting playing time. I mean, I'm cool with that. I had him out there for packages to get a little bit more playing time, a little bit more experience as a new guy on the block, so no big deal. This is a 52-yarder if it goes in, and it sneaks its way in there. Josh Lambo, good kick. But Quentin Flowers, man, you hate to see him throw an interception on his 2nd pass attempt with the team, and it's got to hurt his confidence just a little bit. But J.D. McKissick back to receive it again. And McKissick powers ahead to the 27-yard line. A little bit better of a return that time. But Quentin Flowers, he's back out there. Remember, he threw an interception. It was more of a good play on the defender's part, but still a good play nonetheless. Quentin Flowers dumping it off to C.J. Prosise. Only 2 yards right there. Swallowed up quickly by the defensive back. Prosise has been pretty good in the receiving game as well. That's why he's still been a main player on the roster. Here's Quentin Flowers. He's going to take off with it. He fumbles, though, and Quentin Flowers played a little reckless. Malcolm Brown was able to get the ball. Flowers playing a little reckless, man. It's not looking good for him. Wow. Flowers is just playing a little reckless today. Latimer on the outside gets the catch. Alex Carter comes back to make the play. But it's been a bizarre game for Quentin Flowers. This is a guy who we had on the practice squad as a running back. He talked about wanting to be a quarterback again, and his first 2 possessions, it's 2 turnovers. Big hit right there by Bradley McDougald on the Sony Michel. Only 2 yards for him. Geno Smith looking to pass it, and he gets it underneath the Sony Michel, and he picks up a first. Maurice Alexander able to bring him down right there. Sony Michel picking up 9 yards right there on that little halfback angle. Delano Hill, the deep safety. Now Geno Smith looking to throw it. He's going to throw it underneath the Barrios, and it's a tackle from Delano Hill that saves a potential touchdown. 3 yards out, Geno Smith looking to throw it. And he's going to complete it to... No, he's not. Barrios, incomplete. Earl Thomas was in on that play. Earl Thomas does play a lot of the goal line defenses, so he is a part of my formations. So it wasn't too crazy to see him out there. Geno Smith chased down by Marcus Smith, and Geno Smith is now hurt. AJ McCarron, I believe, got hurt, and so did he. Which means Rodriguez is going to have to come out to the field. Here's their 4th quarterback. We don't, or not Rodriguez, but Jarquez on the jersey. It just looked like it. Michelle makes a man miss. Almost a touchdown right there, but Bojorquez, he throws a little dump pass to Michelle, and he almost went and got all those yards back. Josh Lambo, a 19-yard field goal, aka the old extra point. And it's good, 9-3. So the Seattle Seahawks, they're getting beat, but at least it's been field goals. That could have easily have been 21-3 right now, but instead it's only 9-3. Speaks to how resilient the Seahawks defense has been. McKissick gonna wave his hand in the air and call fair catch, and Quentin Flowers, this is probably his last drive. He's got to come out here and do something. It has not been a great game for him. Chris Carson's in the backfield, which means we're gonna have a Chris Carson sighting. And Quentin Flowers hands it off, and Chris Carson only picks up about 3. Wasn't really a whole lot to work with there. And Chris Carson's back there again. Another Chris Carson sighting. And he gets eaten up right there. Only a gain of 1. And now it's 3rd and 6. Amara Darboh, the slot receiver. You have Kadu on the outside and Deion Kane on the other side. It looked like a receiver slipped, and Quentin Flowers, he gets sacked by Malcolm Brown. These drives just go from bad to worse for Quentin Flowers. At least he didn't turn the ball over, am I right? It has not been a good start for Quentin Flowers. Perry Nickerson, what a tackle right there. Perry Nickerson has been very good on special teams. I mean, you got 3 blockers in front of him, and he just avoids them all and makes the play. Good play right there from Perry as Sony Michel gets another handoff and brought down quickly by Bradley McDougall. 20 yards rushing for Sony Michel. That's just under 3 yards a carry for the 7 rushing attempts. Bo Scarborough is in the backfield. Geno Smith on the center. He looks to be okay. And Scarborough makes a man miss. That was Delano Hill, but Dante Johnson's able to clean it up. And here we go, 3rd and 4. Thomas Rawls, the slot receiver. We talked about him. He's a running back who used to play for Seattle. And we're going to go to the 4th quarter. Izzo and Allen are the 2 tight ends on the field. And Geno Smith, it's a play fake. And he throws it to Dwayne Allen, but it's incomplete. Alright guys, after I get this punt return, or not actually return it, but after I receive the punt, I'm going to pause it. So I'm going to do another time break, and I'm going to put in our 4th quarterback to get him some reps in the 4th quarter. So now I have our 4th quarterback out there, Alex McGough. He's going to be out there. He played in the preseason last year. He's our 4th quarterback on the roster. And CJ Procise has a chance, but he is brought down in a hurry. What a big run by CJ Procise. A big play was needed, and he came through with the big play. Seattle now has a little bit of life in it. Oh, and he just overthrows the out route. Alex McGough, or McGough, I should say, just throws it a little too far out for Mike Davis. CJ Procise remains in the game. It's 2nd and 10. And Kadu makes the tough grab, and I think he gets enough for a first. Yes, he does. Good throw right there. And that's Kadu's 3rd catch. Here we go. It's a play fake. And he just has to throw it away in a hurry, and he gets hurt. Wow. 3 plays in, and he's hurt. Quentin Flowers is back. Just when I thought the nightmare was over. But he's going to hand it off to CJ Procise on this play. And Procise gets another first down. 3 runs for 56 yards for CJ Procise. And McGough has a broken finger, which means Quentin Flowers is going to be the quarterback moving forward in this game. And Flowers, he can't even set his feet and throw it. Looking for Jerron Brown right there. He couldn't even deliver that pass. Wow, Flowers, it's been a rough day for him. I'll try not to bash him too much. 2nd and 10, Chris Carson sighting. And he just spun off of 2 people, but he gets about 6 yards. Here we go. It's 3rd and 4 right here. And Flowers is going to have to use his speed, and he's going to get out of bounds. Gets about 5 yards right there. Quentin Flowers had to do something. But he just goes out of bounds, and Carson's back in the game. They're looking forward to the power run, and Carson doesn't get much, about 3 yards. Deion Kane is in the game as the slot receiver. Mike Davis, the running back. Oh, and a pick from Pitts. The rookie Pitts is able to make a play. And Quentin Flowers has 2 tackles on the game, along with like 2 or 3 completions. So he has basically just as many completions as he does tackles. And he's a quarterback. Wow, this has been an unbelievable game. Seattle, I'm sorry. AJ McCarron fakes it now to Sony Michel. And he's going to throw a high point pass to Berrios, and he comes up with it. Seattle not looking good in the preseason. Granted, it is the preseason. But we're not going to use that excuse. McCarron, that was a nice little high point pass right there, and not a good pass right there. Looking for Cody Latimer. Perry Nickerson on the coverage right there. He has been solid on special teams and now contributing onto the field on defense. He's playing on the outside against Cody Latimer. And here we go, 2nd and 10 for McCarron. He's just going to hand it off to Michel, and he's brought down in a hurry by Bradley McDougald. And now it is 3rd and 10. Can they hold him to another field goal? That's the question. AJ McCarron now trying to make an adjustment. He's going to go ahead and hike the ball. And he throws a curl route to Latimer and Nickerson. He played that about as good as he can, but just couldn't get in front of the receiver. Here we go, A.J. McCarron. Does a little pump fake, and Michelle almost had a touchdown. 4 yards for him. Brought down by Mike Tyson, whose name we have not heard a whole bunch. The 2 clock is on for the Patriots, and Sony Michel is brought down by Nazir Jones, whose name we have not heard a lot. He has played most of the game as our second defensive tackle. We just haven't heard his name a lot. And the 2-minute warning is here. 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line. And we'll have to see what they do. Adrian McCarron now trying to make an adjustment. And it's a give to Sony Michel, and look at Delano Hill coming all the way down in the box to make that play. And the Seahawks are going to let this time run down. They're not going to call the timeout, because if they score and they don't get the kick, they'll have the 3 timeouts in their pocket. But with Quentin Flowers, I don't know about this whole scoring thing. It's been tough. They already had an opportunity to do that, and he turned the ball over again. Cravon LeBlanc back to receive this. He gets to about the 25, average field position. Quentin Flowers now on the field with basically 4 receivers and a tight end. Equanimous St. Brown is in the game. Quentin throws it to Dixon. Here we go. Now you got to rally those troops back to the line of scrimmage. Flowers going to throw it away. Don't want to waste too much time there. That's Quentin Flowers, by the way, finally completed his 3rd pass. So he actually did have 2 tackles and 2 completed passes at one point. And there's Deon Cain with the jump ball. Deon Cain showing out. Giving us a little exclusive of what he was doing at Clemson before coming to the NFL. And Equanimous St. Brown in the back of the end zone. Did he get his foot down? No. Good catch, but he couldn't get any body part really in the end zone before hitting the white turf, the out of bounds area. Equanimous St. Brown not in on the play. And Kadu is going to be the receiver, and it's another interception. And that's going to be it, man. Croson gets the interception. That's a good play from him. And this game is basically over. You can basically hand it off to Scarborough and end it. Scarborough makes a man miss, but he's brought down by McDougald. And Seattle is going to lose this game 12-3. A very boring game. All field goals. It's crazy. But congratulations to the Patriots. Their second unit beat our second unit. What can I say? A lot of turnovers, a lot of inconsistent play on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, I don't care, because we were able to hold those guys to 4 field goals. That could have easily been 28 points, but instead we hold them to 12. So I liked what I saw from the defense. The offense, you got to clean up a lot of those inconsistent plays. But that's something we hope to work on in our next preseason game. But until then, I'll see you next time.